Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lukhaup and today I would like to introduce you to some places in Germany. That's the place where I live. I'm German, and a lot of people usually ask me the pictures and the videos that you show on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube, where are these places? And when I tell them then a lot of them are in Germany, they nearly don't believe that. So today I want to show you my three favorite places in Germany: clear water, beautiful water plants, and you could think this is Florida or maybe Brazil, but no, it's in Germany. Usually I do these trips alone, but sometimes I invite my friends, like here Oliver Knott. We go and watch the creeks and film the creeks around my house in the area. Sometimes Corey comes over from the USA, but Corey is more interested in to see pet shops, breeders, but he enjoys nature too. And with Farshad I try to explore Germany, Europe and the rest of the world. But let's focus on Germany first. So mainly I look at rivers or creeks that have a lot of water plants, and the water needs to be also very clear, so spring fed. There's probably a lot of lakes in Germany that have also a clear underwater view, but I prefer if there are some water plants to it, because then you have more fish and also of course more crayfish, and in general the underwater life is more abundant if you have water plants. There's more species there if there are water plants and swamp plants. I don't think that you ever heard, if you don't live in Germany, of the Blautopf, that's German for blue pot. This is a spring that serves as the source of the river Blau in the karst landscape of the Swabian Jura southern edge. It's located in Blaubeuern, that's about 16 kilometers or 9.9 miles west of Ulm. But let me give you some details and some parameters of this spring. The discharge of the spring varies greatly, with about a minimum of 250 liters per second, an average of 2,300 liters per second, and a maximum of 32,600 liters per second. According to this average discharge, it is the second largest karst spring in the Swabian Alb, behind the Achtopf, and the second strongest single spring in all of Germany. The catchment area of the Blautopf is about 160 square kilometers. Because of its high water pressure, the spring has developed a funnel-like shape with a depth of 21 meters, that's about 69 feet. And of course a lot of people will ask, so why is this water so blue? And I didn't know the answer to that, so I had to check it myself. But the answer to it is that the water's blue color, that is varying in intensity, is depending on weather and on flow, is the result of the physical properties of the nanoscale limestone particles that are densely distributed in this water. These cause the rayleigh scattering of light, preferentially scattering the blue color of the visible light. I have not seen any fish in the blue pot itself, but I know that they are in the river Blau, trouts mainly. The plant that is very common here is Berula erecta. That's the Latin name, but it's known as lesser water parsnip or cutleaf water parsnip or narrow-leafed water parsnip. It grows inside and outside the water, and it's a member of the carrot family. The second species I found here in the Blautopf and in the river Blau is Ranunculus fluitans. That's the Latin name. The common name is river water crowfoot. It's a species of buttercup. In the Blautopf itself, the plant don't grow so long. It's about usually 1.5 to 3 feet. That's about 80 centimeters to a meter. But in the river Blau, because it prefers fast-flowing water, the plant can grow up to 6 meters. That's about 20 feet in length or height. And in summer you can also see the white flowers. In the places where the other two plants are absent, I have found a moss, and the Latin name of this moss is Fontinalis antipyretica. The common name is greater water moss or common water moss. This moss is found in both still and flowing freshwater in Europe, Asia, Greenland and Africa, and it's very important for eggs and fish fry. It prefers shady positions and acidic water or acid water of a pH around 7.5 to 8.4 for the maximum tolerated. The second place I would like to recommend you is called Zwiefalter Aach, and it's also in southern Germany, and if you're not German, this place is probably impossible to pronounce right. The river or the creek is about 9 kilometers long and it's on the Danube side of the Swabian Alp. It originates in the Wimsner Cave and flows into the Danube close to Ulm. The water is very cold and with 9 degrees Celsius or about 48 Fahrenheit. This means really cold. After 2 minutes you don't feel your feet anymore if you walk into the water. And even if you go down the river for 5-6 kilometers on a very hot summer day, the water is still very cold and it maybe warms up for 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. And when the water comes out of the cave, immediately you can find very dense water plants, and the main plant here is Berula erecta, the lesser water parsnip. This plant is really reliable. It grows inside the water, outside of the water, on sunny places as well as shady places, and it's very common in Germany, but I know that in other places it's protected. The great thing with this plant is that it filters excess nutrition from the water and it's a good oxygenator. Sometimes it's used also in ponds, especially in Europe, because it prevents algae from growing. The lesser water parsnip is widespread in the climatically temperate zones of Europe and Asia, in North America, and even in the mountainous regions of tropical Africa. It grows mainly on the banks of watercourses, but also settles in shallow, smaller flowing waters, ditches, and in the margins of standing waters. In Central Europe, Berula erecta is found especially in shallow flooded and overflowing waters that remain cool and do not heat up too much in summer, and are also rich in bases, so alkaline. Berula erecta reproduces in nature mainly vegetatively, and this enables it to colonize streams and ditches quickly, even if these bodies of water have previously been mechanically weeded and cleared out. And I know that they do it in this place. I don't know why they do it, but they have some buildings close to this place, and as you can see here, this place with the trout, this was cut and weeded out in some places. And maybe they are afraid that if the plant overgrows, they will have flooding of the houses. I don't know exactly, but I know that a lesser water parsnip is sensitive to water pollution, and this is one of the reasons why its populations are declining. And here you can see this is a beaver dam, I think, and if there are trout, the water must be very clean and clear. The second plant that dominates this place, and especially on the rocks with very fast flowing water, is Fontinalis antipyretica, the spring moss. It's a true water moss that was once considered a medicinal plant, which was used among other things to reduce fever. I did not know that, I just discovered that, and I think it's very interesting. And that's where the nickname fever moss comes from. And in this place, the third plant that is not very common here is Ranunculus fluitans, the river water crowfoot. And what I did not know about this plant, that in some part it is poisonous. And beside the trouts, I found these fish. It's a freshwater sculpin, probably Cotus gobio, I'm not very sure about that. They are usually small fish, usually less than 15 centimeters or 6 inches in length. Also, I discovered this snail. I think it's Radix baltica. The common name would be the wandering snail. It's a species of air-breathing freshwater snails. The favorite creeks in Germany are the creeks around my house and in the region where I live. I moved from Stuttgart, Germany, to the Palatinate forest. It's called, in German it's Pfälzerwald, and this is a low mountain region in southwestern Germany. And there's 3 creeks that are really beautiful. In summer the water is really cold, but it has a lot of water plants, mainly trout, some crayfish, and in winter when it snows, I recently made a video for Instagram. It was white above water and underwater it was green. So check out my Instagram, there you find that video. But all in all, this area is very peaceful compared to the Stuttgart region where I lived for many years. It has amazing water plants, very nice clear water, but this also can change. That means depending how much rain we have in the year, the water can be very low and a lot less water plants, and sometimes very high, and then over the years a lot of water plants. And of course we have in this place the plants that I introduced you before from the other spots, but here in this place Calitriche palustris is dominating. That's the Latin name. The common name is vernal water starwort. And the other plant is the American waterweed or Canadian waterweed. It's Elodea canadensis. And they're very easy to distinguish from each other. The one is more reddish brown in this place, and the vernal water starwort is more greenish, a light green, very fresh green, and has the longer leaves. We have fish here too, but they have been too quick to film. They just have been gone when I came with the camera. But what I have found is crayfish, Pacifastacus leniusculus, the signal crayfish. Unfortunately, these guys are also introduced. Well, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments about underwater nature in Germany. If you want to come to visit me, we can go and check out these spots.